I gotta do a chore real quick. Change the laundry over. Real exciting, huh? Yeah, let's keep it. Sheesh. Seems like the Tartarus. I'm not gonna start that just because how noisy it is. Hey, baby. Looks like it's just you and me right now. Just you and me, babe. It's the way it is. Just broke my broom. But you know what? This cheap dollar store broom. Tape kind of sucks. Put it over the damn bag. Wrap it a few times, give it a little rigidity. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just needs to be able to function. Bam. Ah, all right. A little better. All right, how's everybody tonight? I was going to do a heavy compound day like squats, but I actually really wanted to work on some fundamental stuff. I always want to start with a clean mat though. There's nothing worse than stepping on a Lego or, God forbid, a machine screw. Alright, I think that's good enough. Yeah. Now we got Freshly HD. Did you change your name? I thought it was Wild. Not 100% yet. The True Bacon. I love that. Sigma Ohio RO Strongman. Thank you. I'm actually about 30 pounds lighter than I was when I was competing in March. But now that I dropped this weight, I think I want to stay. I want to start competing at 198 again. I've got the Nevada state records in 2 weight classes. But it's actually kind of sad because when I took the 198 records, I was sick that day. And I forgot what happened. But I fell asleep in my car, and they came and woke me up and said, "Hey, dude, you're about to deadlift. You're not gonna make it." So I was able to get one attempt in, and I just got my opener, and so I had like a 1,200 pound total, and that was back in. It was pathetic. Like my current total is over 1,700 pounds. Um, but I got there was the record. The record was vacant because the USPA just started. That was back when they just started the untested division, and nobody's beaten it since. There's a ton of competition in the 220 weight class, a ton in the 242, a ton in the lighter weights below 198. But 198, for some reason, nobody has beaten that record. Either means that there's just not a lot of old dudes competing still. Actually, you know what? I need to check that because since I turned 50, I'm in a new age category, so that might the records might be different. I mean, the record would still stand if I beat it. It would still show that I had the record until someone in that age group beats it, but I'm competing in a different age group. And then I have the 220 records, and that one's legitimate. Nobody's going to beat that. That'll probably stand for 10 years. You're going for a more serious look. Yeah, you know what? I've been thinking about. Well, I mean, really, all I'd have to do to look like a Marine is just cut the back. But no, the reason I like 198 is because being 51 years old, I have no more back pain. My knees don't hurt. I'm much lighter on my feet. I move better, and I don't lose that much strength. Like I can. When I lost the use of my leg, I was 230, 240 training, and then I would drop down to 220 for competition. And everything always hurt, my back, my knees. I just figured I was getting older, And then I got super sick, and I dropped down to like 185, 190. So what I did is instead of bulking back up to 230, I decided to try to get as strong at the lower weight as I was at the higher weight class. And that's what I did. And then when I did bulk back up, I was a fucking monster. Good enough to secure me like number 17 all time for old fuckers. The medal that means the most to me out of all the worlds and nationals that I competed at is a local meet they had in Venice Beach, South Beach Beatdown. There was about 200 lifters there, and I cross-entered in the open division, and I was able to get third place at the age of 48. And I thought that's pretty badass. So I just to even be competitive to the younger guys. And if I helped the guy that beat me, his squat he was fucking up. He was coming out. He was leaning forward, so I helped correct the squat by moving the bar up on his back a little bit. And he wound up beating me by 5 pounds, and he got $5,000. I was like, huh, like I didn't get anything. Third place gets nothing. But it's still pretty cool because they were like, hey, look at the old dude up there with the younger guys. JR Chicago, that's my hometown. What's up, brother? That's what you get. Yeah, but what? That was that competition. That one was my favorite one. Of all the ones I've done, that one was the most fun for me. Even though the kids kind of ruined the hotel experience. My wife can tell you. Robert, what's up? T. Newstrom's back with the same joke. God bless you, brother. Child of the 70s here, grew up around Midway Airport. Nice. My wife deleted his message. I don't know. He's fine. I wouldn't want it any other way. I would not want him to come back without the same old joke that he used every other time. It takes it away from the. So you grew up around Midway, man. Midway is terrifying. So imagine an airport in the middle of the city, like San Diego Airport, where the planes have to come in over the buildings and kind of drop down and hit this small runway, and if they go too far, they crash into, like, apartment towers. Well, Chicago Midway is in the middle of Chicago. You've seen the skyline there. And there's been a lot of incidents over the years where planes, like especially during the winter when it's icy, where planes didn't make it. And, I always flew out of O'Hare. No, you know what I started flying out of, believe it or not, was, oh, what was that city called? Rockford. So they got this tiny little airport in Rockford, and you can literally just walk in, walk through security, and you're just right there. I mean, it's tiny. Like literally, like you line up outside and you go up the little stairs that they put on the plane. But the cool thing is, Allegiant Airport or Airlines is based there. It's one of their uh, home whatevers, and they fly right to Vegas. So if I want to go home to Chicago, I can just hop on Allegiant, which is like one of the cheaper airlines, and they don't really give you much. It's kind of, I don't want to say a shitty airline, but the accoutrements are limited. Let's put it that way. But it's straight home, cheap. You get off that, and the drive to the northwest suburbs of Chicago is just as long to go to Rockford as it is to go downtown to O'Hare. So you don't have to deal with all that bullshit. So if you guys ever want to come to Vegas, go to and you live in Chicago, check out the Rockford. Is it Rockford? Is that? Oh, man, it's been so long. Yeah, it is. Rosemont. I saw Metallica play at the Rosemont Horizon. I saw the Bulls play there before they built the new stadium. That's how old I am. That was the Black Album with the Metallica. The Rosemont Horizon. You live there near the South Side, George. I was a White Sox fan, so we used to go down to Comiskey Park, and I don't want to say I spent a lot of time on the South Side, but I grew up in the northwest suburbs, yo. You don't want to mess with me. You don't know the suburbs. I miss home sometimes. Been living in Orlando, Florida. So funny thing, I actually lived. That's interesting because before I joined the Marine Corps, I actually lived in Florida for about a year and a half. Kissimmee, right outside of Orlando. St. Petersburg Beach, Clearwater. And that area, like kind of moved around in there. Can I fax you a 2-inch nipple picture? Drew P. Balls. I like the name. You can do whatever you want, brother. I don't know how I'm going to receive a fax from you. I'll go get my beeper, and you can you can fax me something, and then you can hit my beeper up so I know to go get it. Yo, Mike Smith, what's going on, brother? 420 High Boy, how's your day going? Dude, I fucked this day off hard, man. I got up late. My wife busted her ass all day working on the house. I didn't do shit. I didn't do anything I was supposed to do. And I don't know, I just had one of those days where I just couldn't get motivated to do anything. Venice Beach. Hell yeah, I had a competition there. South Beach. I will say this, Mike, last time we were there, all the streets were lined with homeless tents. And did they ever clean that up, or is it still like that? Semper Fi, Dennis King. I'm going to forgive the misspelling. You inspired me to get my home gym. Tired of people at Planet Fitness and the waiting. Hell yes, that's the thing. My equipment is bare bones crap that I bought from estate sales. But the one thing I did spend my money on was barbells. I got a proper deadlift bar. I got a proper power bar, camber bar, Swiss bar. Weights are weights. 45 pounds is 45 pounds. Like, it doesn't matter what brand it is. You put it on a scale and there you go. And, they're not made to really strict standards, so I have plates that weigh 48 pounds. I got some that are 44. I don't give a shit. Every bar weighs 45 pounds. Every plate weighs 45 pounds. I'm not doing that thing where, I don't give a shit. I trained for Worlds twice using this equipment, and I placed silver medal in both. I trained for Nationals using this equipment. And like you said, it's actually better because you don't have to wait. All you need to do is just make sure you're set up for whatever sport you're trying to participate in. Powerlifting, you have 3 lifts and whatever accessories. And over time, I've been able to accumulate way more crap than I need. For anyone who's not seen my house, I'll give you a tour. So we got, imagine there's the garage door. And this is a mess, and I don't care. I got my Smith machine over there. And yeah, I got my drum set. There's my workbench. I can do, I got a table router built into that. I built that thing. But right now it's set up to paint Warhammer figurines. And then over here, that's where the magic happens. That's my half rack. And if you come a little closer, you'll notice that it's got this badass. Oh, make sure I got the angle right. Oh, over here. I don't know how to line this phone up. It's got this that cable, and that's the reason why I haven't upgraded it. Now I know you can get cable attachments for regular squat racks, but what's nice about this one is it's got the 2-to-1 mechanical advantage. Unless you go single hand, then it's 1-to-1. And the reason why that's cool is because you don't have a linear strength curve. And then of course I got my boxing Muay Thai area. And then crammed in the middle of it is this shitty drum set. It's actually not a bad set. It just looks like crap because it's in the garage. Oh, yeah, I got my, that's the heart of everything. I got my 5.5 horsepower compressor that runs air to everything. So if I want to do automotive, I just have to pull the half rack to the side. And I can convert the garage into a automotive shop. I've got all the tools. I got the impact guns. Oh, come on. I need a new stand for my, there we go. Let's plug the power back in here. So, it's a dirty garage. I need to clean it. But it's got everything a growing boy needs. One day it's a mill. Another day it's a gunsmith. Another day it's a automotive. Shit. I lost you guys there for a second. Hair care, tire salon. Whatever you need. Alright. I better be better enough trading at gym and fighting school. Fighting school. I'm not sure what you mean there, Joe. Oh, Georgie's back. Yeah, you know, people give me shit about like, wow, you need to clean your garage. I'm like, no, I don't. Do I play the drums? Yes. Mixed martial artist. What's up? Don't get seen. Are you in the military? I'm not active duty. No. Christina, good for him. There's nothing like training with others to sharpen skills. I do both. I train at a Muay Thai gym. I train at a Globo gym whenever I want to go out in public and show off. But the serious training happens here. And guys come over and train with me, so I'm not alone. Like, this is the place where if you tell me you want me to help you go to Worlds or Nationals, I will do it. And you're going to come here and you're going to train with me and you're going to do everything I tell you to. You know what it is. Do a flip. Why? 420 highway. Yeah, so I got 420. I got used to training alone, which I prefer. And I think that's where I got the bad habit of hitching my arm when I was deadlifting, because I never did that before. And I wound up popping the bicep off the bone. And if I had been training with my teammates, they would have told me I was doing that. How do you recommend slowly improving bench press, flat and incline? You didn't have to say without injury. That's kind of implied. I want to hurt myself. Oh, okay. Here's what we do. Well, what I got the most success out of was extending the range of motion when I'm pressing. So, like a camber or a duffalo bar. You got to have some sort of a progression with undulating periodization. Well, what that means is week to week you're going to mix the rep ranges up. So 1 week it's going to be moderate weight, high reps. So you're looking at sets of 10 to 20 with 1 set of failure, 3 working sets. And then the next training session you're going to do probably like I would go to triples or singles. And you're going to take your 3 working sets, 1 set of failure. I work up to 90%. And then the next training session, you're going to do like sets of 5, 3 working sets, 1 set to failure. Now that AMRAP, you do as many as you can. So if you get 6 or 7, the trick is not the weight you're working with. That's a big part of it. It's the rotation. Every week I rotate a barbell. So for the high rep sets, I use a camber bar, which gives me a 4-inch range of motion increase. For the next week, I might for the singles, I might use either the Swiss bar or my regular power bar. And then the third week, I'll switch to the regular bar. Now, as far as incline goes, all I do is when I use the camber bar, I put a 4-inch incline on my bench. That's it. I don't go any higher than 4 inches. I don't really think decline is necessary. See, people think that you need to hit the low or the high. What you really need to do is stretch the pecs. You want to get that muscle as stretched as possible. And then that's where the strength happens, is in this range right here. So what I like to do, and this is something every single person can do to improve their lifts, is adding tempo. I'll do a 3 count down, 1, 2, 3, and then I load up and fire with as much force and speed as I can, but you do have to control it. You don't want to throw it, or, it's kind of like you're pushing somebody. So it'll look like 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom. And then a lot of guys like to bury the barbell in their chest. I don't. I like to just keep a little sliver of space and then press off, and I'll get people online say, you didn't go down all the way, but I'll give it a pause, like a 1 count, like a nice second pause, and just doing that, everybody can do that. Every single person can add tempo to their lifts, and that alone will greatly improve your 1 rep max. The slower, the longer, the better, but just remember there's a scale where one takes away from the other. So the slower you go, the more energy you're going to use, and you might lose a little coming out of the hole. So I think the 3 count is a good balance. It's a balance of a nice, slow, eccentric, and it gives you enough to have a nice, quick push. Now, if you're looking for a scaffolding to build your program off of, look at the Wendler 531, specifically at his periodization, his weekly undulating periodization, where you got linear progression. Imagine this is a graph. You have linear progression and you have undulating periodization going up. And every 4th week he has a deload. So you take 1 step back, bam. You heal up, and then it's 1 step back, 2 steps forward, really, is what you're looking at. And every 12 to 14 weeks, take some time off. Do something different. Don't stop working out, but do something totally different. Try a new sport, whatever and then give your body time to heal, because a lot of guys, they push all year and they never change up, and that's where you're going to get your injuries. So if you want to really protect yourself from injuries, the best way to do it is to make sure you're going with as full range of motion as you can, which is stretching, it's working the tendons, and you want to make sure you take proper rest, time off. 315 messed up my shoulder a couple times trying to up the weight. Well, Fraggle, just remember, you can increase your 1 rep max without maxing out. I like to push the rep ranges, the 3 to 5 range, because as you improve that range, your 1 rep max is going up with it, and you're not risking injury. It's significantly less chance of injuring yourself. Volume of 105, I would have done right there. Smart gamer. I was lifting weights. There was a time I heard that blood was everything, sort of. Out of my way to find out how to purchase. Oh, negative. Ooh. I think that's my wife's blood type. If I had injected 5% of my blood into my body, giving me the volume of 105%, I would have died. Well, if you think about it, you're adding 5% more liquid to a volume that's already maxed out. Your body kind of keeps an equilibrium. So I'd imagine that would significantly increase the blood pressure. I'm 50, 230 pounds, all muscle, but I don't look like a Pillsbury Doughboy. Nice. Low IQ YouTubers. I like it. I think I'm like 210 right now. All right, let's get this going here. Now, I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Dude, check this out. This is like um, Tupperware from the '60s. It's got the little. I don't know where we got this thing from. It still works. O negative is a universal blood donor. No, wait a minute. So I'm AB positive. They're always calling me. That means I can donate to anyone, but not accept from everyone. O negative. Type O negative means, yeah, you can take from everybody. I believe. You gotta ask my wife. She's the biologist. Christina, where are you at? My mom? I don't know. I don't know what that would have done, injecting yourself. That seems like a lot of. I always say, is the juice worth the squeeze? You know, people will. This, so I'm obviously not natural, right? Yeah. The people that give me shit about like being on doctor prescribed TRT or maybe taking a little extra when I'm competing are the same people that'll literally put on 100 pounds of fat to put 25 pounds on their bench, or they'll do crazy shit like this. But they're all natural, you know. Like, but why? If you're gonna go through all that, you're gonna inject blood into your body. Why don't you just fucking do steroids? Now, I'm not advocating for the use of steroids, but I'm saying if you're gonna go to those extremes, just do something that works. Like, do you watch the UFC? Yeah, but I've kind of, I don't know. The UFC's kind of been annoying lately. Oh, Christina, they were asking if O negative is universal donor. Oh, Chess Cat, I appreciate that. Inspired someone to start lifting. That's awesome. Well, you know, something you guys can do if you're interested is you can start posting videos on YouTube, and if you don't want anyone to see them, you just keep them private. But you can show me or whomever you want. You can invite me to check it out. So if you guys have videos you want me to take a look at of you lifting, or and you want any help with it, it's pretty easy to do that. Charles Oliveira just submitted his opponent. Oh, who is he fighting? How did my boy Putan do? That's the one I wanted to watch. Obviously, because I like Muay Thai and kickboxing. Um, my problem with the UFC is the fabricated drama that's kind of almost like wrestling. You know, where everybody has to talk shit to each other. Like I fought a lot when I was younger, and we would get in the ring with our best friends. You know, guys that you work with and know you're in the Marine Corps, you know them. And sometimes you get the shit beat out of you, and then you all go drink afterwards and talk crap to each other. Like, I don't have to hate someone to fight them. You just have an understanding. Like, we're two gentlemen, and we're gonna get in the ring and fisticuffs, and you go as hard as you agree to, and maybe it's a light day, and maybe you're gonna really try to kill each other. But I don't recall there ever being hate or malice. I didn't have to get to a place where I needed to hate you to box you. But as long as you understand that as soon as that bell rings, I'm going to try to knock your head off. You better try to do the same to me. Well, I don't see why we need to be enemies. It's a sport. We're both participating. So the needless, like I know some of the beefs are real, but like this shit with Conor McGregor kind of was just like, what grown ass man resolves his conflicts like that? It's just so dumb. Should try to buy a high altitude mask and lift weights. Yeah, I should do a lot of things. I should do way more cardio. Um, yeah, 420. I agree. So I mean, some of it's funny. Like Strickland. He's pretty funny, but even he kind of goes too far sometimes. Um, I know it works, Viking. I know, but it's so like when you're part of the mob and you want to participate in a sport and you're there for the shit talking and you don't actually appreciate what's going on in the ring and how the dedication and all everything. Like when you actually practice combat sports, you kind of like I didn't like golf. I hated golf until I started golfing, and I was like, oh, this is actually interesting, because now you're interested in how he's swinging the golf club and what he's doing to get the mechanics behind it. And it's the same thing when you participate in combat sports. The masses, obviously, it sells. It absolutely sells, but I don't like it. I think it's stupid because it takes away from the purity of it. If you go to somewhere like over in Thailand, where they usually do their little dance before the competition, and they say their prayers, and there's a reverence behind it. They salute the king and all that stuff, um, and they take time to individualize their presentation for the crowd, and then they fight. I mean, they're not talking shit to each other. You don't see them like staring each other down and like rabid animals. And once the bell rings, though, god damn, you know what I mean? Like they ain't playing around. I mean, who was it? Uh, who's the older guy? I don't think he's lost a match. Buakan, I can't. What is his name? Like he has a lot of fun. He'll kiss guys. He hug them. He'll mock punch them when they're in a clinch, and he could totally just beat the shit out of them and just kind of tap them on the head. He has fun with it. And but I've seen him also like when he gets insulted, he'll pull his pants up and he'll get serious. I'm like, this guy's done. But there's no malice going into it, and I don't. And it's just as pop. I mean, they fill those arenas. I've never seen stadiums like that filled in America. We got a bot spamming. Uh, he's ministering to our crowd. That's why I love humble fighters. Yeah, and it's it's like wrestling. It's fake drama. I don't really believe for a second that a lot of that stuff is real. Uh, that's just business or sports, a global level. Yeah, I get it, Viking. I like your name, by the way. I mean, I do understand. He's trying to make money, but I don't know. It just annoyed. That's why I lost interest. I don't care for any of that crap. Like the worst of it, the absolute worst of it was the Logan Paul, and the fucking moron that it wasn't a boxer. What was his name? That idiot. That really good jujitsu. That whole thing was retarded. I mean, they were acting like or when they had the plastic cage that was separating him, his brother and that retard. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, that whole thing was just dumb. And then when they actually fought, you thinking like these guys are trying to kill each other. Like, holy shit, they're really angry. And what was the fight? You're like, really? That doesn't look like someone that's trying to kill somebody. Softy Brokey, Clippers clip. Yeah, that's about right. Thanks, Henry. Oh yeah, Viking. I'm not judging anybody if they have a different opinion than me. No, absolutely not. I mean, if you like what you like, it's absolutely fine by me. I don't think any more or less of anybody if they. I never allow the opinions of other people dictate the choices I make. If that makes sense. You don't have. I was at a bar, and literally this one guy said Eddie Van Halen's the best guitarist of all time, and then the other guy sitting next to him, he says, "Only fags like Van Halen," and I was like, okay, I thought it was funny. I was laughing. They started fighting. Like, what are you fighting about? He doesn't like Van Halen and you do. I'm like, okay, get over it. It's like, that's a weird thing to get, like, attached to. Or you see it with sports and religion. People get, like, possessed by ideology. And we were in San Diego at the Jack Murphy Stadium. I think it's Qualcomm now. And when the Raiders would come in, people would start screaming at each other, and they'd up the security, and they'd get fights. And what are you fighting about? You don't fucking play for the Raiders, dumbass. Do you think these guys would give a fuck about you if they came out? Like, you don't. our team won. We kicked your ass. I'm like, I don't play for these guys. I just watch the game. But okay, I don't. It's not that serious. Like I never understood it. Are you natty? In the same way the Nature Valley granola bar is. Uh, Good mentality. That's how I look at people freaking out over who's president. Nothing literally changes the common man except taxes. Good point. So I voted for Trump, and I got a ration of shit from my progressive family members, and they're calling me like far right extremist. And even if I was, I'll be like, okay, none of your fucking business. Your life's not my fault. My life's none of your business. That's what I live by. But I thought it was interesting because I don't. I mean, he's just the president. Who cares? Um, First of all, he's not supposed to have the power he does. I don't really like that we can dictate by executive fiat, but we can get into all that. But he's just the man at the top. He's the executive branch. The people that really affect your life and will fuck you over are your local governments, your county commissioner that says you can't park on the street, things of that nature. That's law enforcement. That's all your utilities. I tell people if you really, really want to get involved in your local level and work your way up. You can't do anything from the top down. There's no way that guy has any consideration for some dipshit in Henderson, but your local government does. And for example, we had a school right on the street here, and they were speeding. They were legitimately gonna hurt some kids. And my wife, God bless her, she went and talked to the county commissioner. And the next fucking day, they had a police officer out there. And I know because I got pulled over by him. I came around the corner, hot. I was doing like 17 miles an hour. And he looks at my license and goes, "Where do you live?" And I pointed at my house, and he goes, "You dumb motherfucker." He hands me my license back, and he says, "Slow down." Attachments being the root of all suffering, you can almost say, if you're a biblical man, that it's idol worship. Executive orders can be blocked. Well, so executive orders, we can get into that. I mean, they do serve a purpose, and it is a power that he should have. But, well, I don't want to get into the government. I mean, we can talk about it if you want to, but then I'm going to not work out. Not horrible far right who wants constant. Well, so yeah, again, they're saying I'm like some far right extremist, and I was trying to explain to him like that I don't put anybody on a pedestal. I think Trump's funny, and I think all of them are to some degree criminals. But then you look at yourself, like look at all the dumb shit I've done over the years, and if I'm not that guy anymore, but I did some pretty bad things when I was younger. It's like, how am I going to judge anybody? I could barely maintain my own shit. I would judge somebody. I was like, people are like, "You don't care that he's got 45 felonies?" I'm like, well, first of all, did you even see those proceedings? Obviously, there was like a fucking clown court. They wouldn't even let him submit evidence. And like, no, I'm not going to get into it. But people that know that was all bullshit. And then they were talking about sexual harassment. And I was like, oh, let's go back to, Clinton. I don't fucking know. Guy got a blowjob in the fucking White House. Good for him. You know what? You go, boy. I've seen what you're married to. I don't blame you at all. I don't give a fuck who sucks what. I care about the price of my groceries. I care about inflation. I care about interest rates. I care about the fucking economy. I care about healthcare. I care about access to utilities. I don't give a fuck who sucks whose dick. And I don't attach myself to anybody, like, I can say I support him, but if he does something stupid, I don't support it. Either way, my opinion doesn't fucking matter, because guess what? I don't write legislation. Trying to go through appeal that even the president look pardon. Bribes and extortion. But I mean, like, smart gamer, dude, go back and do some research, man. Like, which president do you think was better or worse than Trump? The reason that Trump seems so bad is because the left, and the legacy media, all they do is talk about him. So and they call him a Nazi. And did you ever watch the full video of that clip you sent me when Charlie Kirk said the thing about the black airline pilot. Did you watch the whole video? Did you do your homework, son? Because they do a lot of taking things out of context and spinning them in a way that makes people look really bad. And I left or right, I don't care if you're a communist or you're fucking Pinochet. If you say something and the news presents it in a 20-second clip, I want to see the whole video. I want to hear the conversation before I make judgment. And I expect people to do the same before they try to debate me on something. And so, yes, Viking as far as politics, I would consider myself like libertarian anarchist, principally. But I also understand in a country with 300 million people and the diversity we have, it's just not, we have to have law. Okay, you did watch that video. I really want you to watch it. Because you're going to shit yourself when you see the context that it was taken from. Alright, I just got to stretch here a little bit. These old knees hurt like hell before I get warmed up. Ooh, see that right there? Feels like they're gonna explode. I call this the OnlyFans stretch. I'm going to try to work yourself through the whole range of motion. Ooh, yeah. That is tight. If you guys have knee surgery, a really good exercise is just simply with as tight a cord as you can, just lean back as far as you can. This will really bulletproof the knees. This is way harder than it looks too. Get my feet as flat as I can. If you're prone to rolling your ankles, like say you work construction, and you turn your ankles a lot, this right here, you can use your hands for balance if you need when you're beginning. I try to get up on my toes, not the balls of my feet. Work my way up to being able to support myself with the toes. But this is your entire body weight. It's an excellent calf move, and you so slowly rotate through the range of motion on your ankles, trying to get your knees as far over your toes as you can with your feet flat. You want to progress, because that'll increase your knee and ankle mobility, and it'll strengthen all of your tendons. This will really bulletproof you. I was really prone to twisting my ankle on jobs where I'd be walking on a construction site and I'd step on a rock. And this pretty much solved that. Ooh, calf's burning, holy shit. If you fix the garage, you'll have the ability to do the full split completely. I don't think the stuff in my garage is relevant. Dr. Z, thanks, brother. You know what's funny, Jay? I actually made the garage a little bit messier just to see who would comment on it. Kate, thank you. Maybe it's the angle. Okay. Was it like a Wes Watson thing where you always... Thanks, Nick. I want to work on some fundamentals today. So I train Muay Thai, and I had bicep surgery, and I'll be going back to the gym to start training again. We used to spar 2 times a week, and I took 3 months off of training. So really what I'm just trying to do is get some of my just basics, so when I go back I don't look like a a beginner again. So I'm just trying to get ankle, hip mobility. Stuff like when you throw it deep, you want to be able to turn into it. Stuff, things like that nature. Like flexibility to hit head height, you want to be able to control it. Balance. Being able to turn through stuff. Coordination, that kind of thing. Let's see, I'm already out of breath. That is a lot of bikes. I have my bike's badass. I have a 24-inch BMX racing bike, free agent. Okay, you do not skip leg day. No. My number 1 exercise is squats. Uh, well, no, so smart gamer. I should be doing all that stuff. I just haven't been. So, no, I won't go there. Like, literally the first thing I'm going to do when I go back is jump back into sparring. Where'd my ramp go? I like to use these shitty speed wraps. They're not as good as normal wraps, but we're just working out in the garage. Sweat shoes, my boxing shoes, my wrestling shoes. No wraps. That's good. Okay, we got. You know what's funny is I literally have like dozens of wraps laying everywhere. And one day I want one, I can't find them. Like literally, I'll be walking through the house and I'll see like boxing wraps in the living room. I'm like, what are these doing here? And now that I'm looking for them, nowhere to be seen. What the bloody hell? You know what? I'll use these shitty yellow ones. These are like disposable. And they're shorter. They're not full length. These are like the cheapest wraps you could buy. Oh, there we go. Nice job. Wonderful. Hugh G reaction fractured his dong at his mom's house. Well, your mom got her chip tooth when I was there. She had this 10-inch black dildo that she uses to break concrete up. Trying to huff on that thing. Hey T, let your mom know, because she asked me, when you give someone a blowjob on the toilet, it's called a blumpkin. So you can tell her, what am I doing? I don't even put these on right. The fuck is wrong with me? Oh, shit, it's not been that long. There we go. There we go. I'm going to make a knuckle. 4 across there. Here. Get the thumb. Gotta come up that center line. I actually let a girl do that to me. Ha! 7-5, brother. I think that's a rite of passage for jarheads. If you don't get chlamydia from using the toilets in the barracks, you ain't a Marine. Have you tried traditional heavy bag mitts? Yeah, I got. Where was that? Oh yeah. I have these too. No, the reason those 16 ounces are my sparring gloves, and the reason I like wearing them is because for the bicep surgery they do remove a little bit of the shock, and I can still hit hard. We have two in there. Those are looking rough. And the other set of gloves here, those are in her bag. Extra knees. Let's see, I'm about 206, yeah. 206, yeah, that's about right. Okay, I'm warmed up, I think. Middle East beast, don't talk about your mom like that. I mean, her vagina does look like a package of roast beef that's been let out in the sun a little bit. She's a nice lady. So here's the deal, Mill. There's nothing you can say to me that would offend me because I don't respect you as a man. I don't even think you don't have to know how to fight to beat your ass. Just kind of stand there and let you hit me until you get tired. Be like, we're gonna do something? What are we doing? You should check this guy's physique out. He likes to talk shit about people. It tells its story. Yeah, whatever. I mean, here's the deal, buddy. You keep coming to watch me. who's the joke on? Like, think about it. You like to come and harass me. That's what you do, and I tolerate you because I like you. You're not. You know what I mean? You're like a. Everybody's got that friend in the group, you know. Tries to assert himself. I'm a tough guy. You know, you don't need to do that to be part of us. Come as you are, brother. Just be yourself. He says I repeat the same jokes a lot. Okay. They work. You're obviously offended. Triggered. Hayden Kropf. I have a few dead to get started in YouTube. I have a few dead to get started in YouTube? How should I get started? I'm not sure what you're asking me, brother. Who do you think Chuck O should fight next? Liz Barber? I don't know. R2 Mike, you gotta do better, brother. That's not. It's not what the joke is. It's how lame. Come on, work on that a bit. I give you an F plus. Did you hear about the Discord leak? No, I didn't. A few ideas. I have a few ideas to get started in YouTube. Well, first, just make your channel. Just make the damn thing. Start with that. You don't have to put it public. The tough guys are always fake. Trust me. So, and I don't even consider myself a tough guy. I train. I'm a 51-year-old man who trains in his garage. Everybody thinks I'm like, my wife will tell you, I am the last person that would start shit in public. And if somebody did start with me, I would do everything in my power to like talk it out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a grown man. That's not how we solve our problems. Not to mention, if it's a real self-defense issue and I'm threatened for my life, I'm a fucking 45. if that's what if it comes to that. I like to train. I get in the ring. I like the sport. I like getting hit. I think I'm pretty good. I mean, people can talk shit all they want, but I actually do pretty decent. Middle East piece. I mean, I don't like to be that guy that's like, I'd kick your ass, bro. I would batter you unrecognizable. You have the body of a 14-year-old girl. Like, you should not be talking shit about anybody. You can't bench 2 plates. You don't have muscles. I mean, I don't like to insult people, but you're kind of starting it, so everybody go check Middle East Beast's page out. His lifting acumen shows him spotting someone that can actually bench. I don't know. I mean, dude, it's cool. Like, I don't have a problem with it. Like, I'm not one of those guys that judges people by how much weight they can lift. But if you're gonna talk shit, how old were you when you realized that you were gay? Oh, just this second, Trench. That blue circle with the T in it. Oh, it just gets me tingly. How old were you when you realized that you were gay? After I fucked your mom, I was looking at your dad staring at me in the closet. I was like, you know, let's see how this is. Yeah, I'll hit the bag here in a minute. You know I can't throw a right hook because of my surgery, right? Smart gamer. No, when you say an overused, boring reaction, Middle East, I mean I literally mean it. Like if you and I were actually together right now in the garage, I would take solace in knowing that you're only breathing because I'm allowing it. Okay? Like seriously. I think my wife could beat your ass, and she's actually pretty good. She's got a mean left. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, matter of fact, you would have to get through my wife before I would waste my time. I would actually think fighting you would be assault and battery just because of how lopsided it is. Does that make sense? Like, it would be immoral to actually fight you. It would be like beating a kid up. But, keep typing. It's cool. I haven't blocked you. I've allowed you to stick around because I think you're funny. Yeah, so I can... I'm not allowed to hook with the right because they don't want a shock to the bicep. How much do you weigh, Middle East? What do you weigh, like a 150? I think this bag's like 170. Like, could you imagine, like... I don't know. I'm just saying. There's a reason why there's weight classes. No, so if you put him in a timeout, it's cool. No, I don't really. So I am fucking with him. I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, he's been coming around a long time. But this time it's a little different. He actually seems like he's pissed off. Like before, it was just like nonsense and babbling. But I think I actually triggered him. So if that's the case, I'm sorry. You need a hug, buddy? Everybody give him a hug. Touch to speak keeps messing up my jokes. Yeah, translate's not that great yet. Matt and Bree, who's speaking the truth? What's the go, brother? New to your channel. You want to watch a 51-year-old Marine train in his garage and talk shit? Shit talking's welcome. You gotta be funny though. Let me see here. Line that up a little better. I had recently had bicep surgery, so I'm trying to get back into it. It's funny because like I haven't trained in like months, and as soon as you put the gloves on, everybody becomes a UFC fight commentator. Uh, it's 170 pounds around him. Somewhere in there, between 160 to 180. I am out of shape. Do I teach any marine stuff? Uh, it's all pretty basic. But yeah, I could. Yeah, so thanks, man. I have lost some power for sure. I've lost some speed, my balance is off. But usually when I spar younger guys, I surprise them for like the first 60 seconds because they're not expecting my old ass to be able to move. But once they get my timing down, then it becomes attrition. I don't have the lungs to go 3 rounds, you know what I mean? Perry versus Jeremy? It was bare knuckle boxing, right? But yeah, so the one thing the guys that I train with do say is I have 2 things that I catch them off guard with. I can kick higher, so when I come down with that axe kick, I always get every single person once, and then they watch for it, and they're surprised how hard I can kick when I put my whole body into it. Usually the coach tells me not to kick that hard because you don't want to hurt anybody. Yeah, so I did see that fight. I saw highlights of it. Oh man, bare knuckle boxing. So one Maniac Mutt, and I make this distinction. There is a big distinction between getting in a ring and participating in a sport and getting mugged. And for that, I have a 45. Oh, Middle East is back. Hey, Middle East, we're gonna we'll let the chat decide. Go to Middle East page and take a look at him and tell me if you think he would win against me. He says, I don't have the lungs to go 1 round. I only need like 10 seconds. No, you know what? I got. What is that? What's that bird we have, babe? Cockatiel. And it kind of squawks when you don't pay attention to it. It's all That's him. He's like that, and we keep him around for that reason. You know, we'll feed him some millet, some rice, let him eat a little. You're a good boy, Middle East. We love you. Like, it would be indignified of me to even really, I don't know. I gotta stop feeding you. Whew. I never said I was a beast. Oh, here maybe, I don't know. Dude, I'm just an old dude that trains in his garage. I got nothing to prove to nobody. I'll get in the ring with anybody that wants to. We'll throw the pads on. No hate. Yeah, I love that cockatiel. We got this bird just randomly flew in our backyard into our pool. And now we have a pet. Maniac butt. I've had my teeth removed. I had a couple teeth knocked out. I had to be reset. I've had my nose broke 4 times. Yeah, 4. Bro, you spamming. We have a lift off with my wife. She destroy you. Oh, Joseph, it's all good. I don't care. I actually I encourage trolls as long as they don't suck. Middle East tampered with the mod files, Prophet? What do you mean? Because I took him off. He was a moderator of mine, and he started blocking all my friends. No, Venom, what he wants me to do is give in and block him, because that means that I guess that would be the perception that he actually bothers me, and I don't care. Thanks, Joseph. The only thing I care about is like he kind of takes up the chat. That bothers me a bit. But him personally, no, I don't care. Like, I mean, if you get down to it, even if he was stronger than me, even if he was a better fighter, okay. I mean, I'm one of the worst fighters in my gym. You know, like for 60 seconds I could run with anybody. But that's not why. What does that matter? There's always someone that benches more. There's always someone that's bigger. There's always someone with more experience. Whatever. You can't live off of comparisons to others. It's just like, dude, work on yourself. You know, fucking steel. Iron sharpens iron. People that want good things for you are going to encourage you. The people that don't are just shitbags, and they'll never ever be in my inner circle ever. But if he wants to stick around, I mean, dude, it's his time he's wasting. He hates me that much. He's fucking sitting here watching the shit. Okay. What would you do to BKB when the pay is so dog shit? I'm not sure I understand. Show my feet. That's a weird request. Yeah, no, he did. He put a bunch of my friends on the block list. Biggest container, I want it. What is it? I'm not sure I'm understanding you. Christina and me and my friends got caught in a pretty huge melee outside of a club. Damn! Jarhead's getting in bar fights? CTE. Possible. Played a lot of contact sports. I want to train with you. I want to become your student. Sandeep. I'm actually kind of working on something where I'm going to offer training on a limited basis, and instead of like I got a couple ideas. You know, you got these people that train. They're online. They're powerlifters or whatever, and they see like $50 a month, and I'll fucking make a video for you and whatever. I'm like, what are you getting value out of that? I don't know. Like, for someone to really train somebody, you have to be involved. You have to almost be married, and that's like if somebody told me, hey, I want to go to Worlds next year, and you're new to powerlifting, you want to go to Worlds. Okay, it's going to cost you $15,000, and I am going to be annoying. We are now together, and you're going to do everything I fucking say. Take it or leave it. You know what I mean? With some kind of a money back guarantee or something. I don't know money back, but like, see, I don't know. That's why I've never trained people. I've trained people for free, and I've given them a lot of effort. And generally speaking, through the middle of it, most of them quit. I mean, when they realize how fucking difficult it is to go from the guy that lifts a lot in the gym to really maxing out full effort to go for a PR or a state record. Like, you have to, like, where you're literally giving 100% of effort. The most your body can do, gun to your head, the adrenaline of a car accident, that kind of, to muster that strength. Or are you just the guy that, you know, can pick up 6 plates in the gym and be impressive? Like, there's a difference. To take it to that next level, that little bit, that even if he's like 620 pounds, say you're a 600-pound deadlifter, to get that extra 20 pounds, to muster the will to do it, that's hard. You can't teach somebody that. It's a light that turns on when people realize that they can push themselves past where they think they can. When you realize they're not made of glass, when you get smashed in the face and you just hop right up and it doesn't even hurt because the adrenaline's going, and you're just like, oh, okay, I can do this. Whatever it is. Once you realize that fear of whatever you were doing was blocking you and you get through that, that's where it becomes worth the money. And then after that, it's managing uh, risk, because then people want to push hard. They want to keep going as hard as they can, and you gotta temper them. Like I'm guilty of that myself. Prophet Fear could tell you. So many times I should not have gone heavy, and I did for my ego. And that's something we all have in common, you know. How do you feel about your wrestling and jiu-jitsu game? Um, Wrestling, I prefer. If I had to pick one, I prefer wrestling. I don't. I don't like rolling around with other dudes. I mean, I did McMaps, Marine Corps martial arts, and they do like stuffing takedowns and a little bit of rolling around, a lot of jiu-jitsu stuff, combined with rudimentary boxing and kickboxing, that kind of thing. Um, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the part where I'm on the ground and some dude's like trying to suffocate me, and it sucked. I don't like it. I like getting punched in the face and hitting someone as hard as I can, and we all laugh, and then afterwards we hang out and talk shit. I like striking sports. Does that mean it's not important? Yeah, I mean my opinion's bad. Like it's absolutely critical if you want to be a good fighter. You gotta have a ground game. But I'm 51 years old. I don't think I'm gonna be getting in the ring anytime soon. Well, I will, but not to that level. Uh, and plus Venom, yeah, my cardio. Like I literally just started training like this for 3 months. I maybe train twice a month, maybe three times. Uh, yeah. The Master Link, so that light is strategically placed right over my rack, so when I'm lifting weights, I look better. It's all lies. Tom Platz is a machine. His leg, dude. If you did his leg workout, I train legs pretty hard. That guy's just another. He's not human. You ever try Wim Hof breathing exercises? Oh no, but I'll look into that, unicorn. Look, Steven, what do you say here? I'm so good at wrestling, I can impregnate my opponent. Yeah, dude, that's wrestlers are. People talk shit, but wrestlers are fucking badass, especially if you're good at it. Matter of fact, yeah, that one guy, what was his name? Cobb. Sergeant Cobb at the time. I think he was retired at Gunny. He was a college wrestler, 5'4", 5'4", and him and I got into it, and I squared up with him, and I was gonna put my boot right here and kick him as hard as I could, like I was gonna kick a door in, and I was gonna launch this little fucker across the ring. That was my plan. And as soon as the guy says go, he does this thing where he grabs my leg and flips me over. Wow! And he gets on top of me and he starts fucking mauling me with his face. And he's got the stubble, and I'm like, ah, God, get it off me! And like, he kept rabbit punching me in the ribs, and he's like, you got enough yet? I'm like, ah! It was horrible. He got off me, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, he literally just balled me up, and I was powerless. I was absolutely powerless to do anything. I was bigger than him. I was stronger than him. And if he would have let me kick him, I would have done exactly what I said I was going to do. Have you ever thought of trying minoxidil? Why would I do that? J-Dog, lay off the drugs. Fuck no. What's the fun of that? Yeah, that's a weird question. Isn't minoxidil for hair growth? I could have gorgeous hair like you. I just have to grow it out. Yeah, share the meds. Fuck yeah, man. I mean, you see my hair, right? I have a nice full head of hair. Thank you, Blazish. Blazish. Fuck yeah. Do another line, he says. I wish I could. I wish I had some. I don't smoke weed. I used to do some pretty hard shit back in the day, but not anymore, unfortunately. I gave up drinking. I've been... my daughter's 10, so at least 10 years. Yeah, that's about right. She wants some ice cream. I should try growing it back. I don't understand. What do you mean? I've got hair. I just have to grow it out. But why would I want to? Yeah. So if you look at my videos, and go back maybe a year, is it, babe? When I was coloring it, and I had a big ass mohawk that was about 6 inches long, and I thought I looked fucking badass until I was watching the video, and I'm like, oh, I kind of look like a jackass, actually. It was a fun little phase. What do you do for work? Um, just currently, I'm construction safety management. I used to I used to be a carpenter, and then I was a steel worker, and now I'm either superintendent or safety manager. As an only, dude, I would if they. Well, don't get me wrong. If I thought they'd pay for it, I'd make it. Pharmaceutical drugs are better than the illegal ones. Yeah, boxing is oh, boxing. I never got so much attention from the opposite sex. Balding. I meant balding. Trades are hard. Uh, well, Linpin, Muay Thai actually, but I was actually just trying to do coordination stuff. When you throw teeth, the drill is you gotta snap into it. So it's. Bam. I don't have the. My balance isn't where he was. Damn. So I can do it from this side. No, I can't. I'm supposed to do it standing. Let's go slow. Ah. You're not supposed to put your foot down, though. That's the drill. You can see where as you progress, your balance gets better. And people say, they'll talk shit online and be like, you're weak, those kicks suck. It's a balance drill. You do want to try to snap all the way through it, though. But try to kick as hard as you can. But when you're first doing these, it's going to be really hard to. As your balance gets better, you want to go faster. So this is like about neck, solar plexus, tenders, innards, thighs, and calves. So that way I kind of know, like I get head height or right in the chest. I'll do those off camera. I need to do like 100 of them on each leg. Thanks, Monty Pete Down, the legend. You guys gotta check his page out. A Chinese massage. Well, my wife is a massage therapist. I don't know if she. Why does some random guy living to 100 worry me? Swing your leg and torque your hips. So, Kane, I don't know if you saw what the drill was, but kind of the point is that, like, you're working on balance you don't have. It's like I could barely stand on one leg. The guy's critiquing my hip turnover. Like, start with being able to do the movement, and then you progress. So, like, anatomy of a kick. You know, I'm going to turn, hips go through. Now, you can swing your arm for more torque, but we want to keep our defense. Like, what am I doing wrong? That's turned all the way through. I guess I could turn maybe a little more. I'm not keeping my hand up. I keep the hand up. I do like it when people give me tips, but I don't know what he's talking about. Torque right or wrong. Noah Wiley, let me check you out, brother. There's a good chance. My wife can tell you, I've been to every rehab across the state of Nevada. But that was a long time ago. Where do you live, Noel? It's gonna hurt tomorrow. Get the bug here. Get the whole body in. Not snapping my heel down. To be like, Uh, yeah, so I just did flexibility bag training. I was supposed to do legs, but thanks, Mario. John. Oh shit! I gotta go. It's 8:14. Holy fuck! I'm running late. Oh, damn it! Time got away from me, guys. I was supposed to be off by 8 o'clock. I need cardio. Body beat down. I need to talk to you off camera, but I'll wait when I'm not in a hurry. Mario Burgos. Thank you, brother. Steven Semper Fi. Prophet here and there somewhere. Of course, my lovely wife. You are the wind beneath my wings. Smart Gamer. My prodigious trainee. One of these days. Ooh, she has good cardio. Speaking my language. On that note, guys, I gotta get the hell out of here. I love y'all. See you on the battlefield. Yeah.